This thing's fast as f, boy.
Alright guys, so here at the Daytona International Speedway, and we've got the 135 sitting beside us. I would apologize for the noise, but we're a bike week, and so that's what happens with a bunch of motorcycles around here. So expect maybe some noise. We're using a better mic though, so hopefully it picks up well. I will let you introduce yourself and tell people your title, because I usually always butcher those, so.
Yeah, sure. James Crean, I'm the product manager for Screaming Eagle Performance Products. We have the brand new 135 crate engine that we launched on Wednesday. You're gonna be the first person to actually hop on the saddle and get some saddle time. So largest crate engine ever offered by Harley-Davidson Motor Company. Displacement and obviously torque. So 143 foot-pounds of torque to the rear wheel, and then 130 horsepower.
What was the percentage in gain for power there? Because it wasn't like
it was
1% per cubic inch.
No. It was around 8%.
Nice.
So typically, you know, when you're bumping up displacement, we should have seen around a 3%. We saw 8%. Definitely ratcheted up the performance. So differences between the 131, I know you have a 131, between the 131 and 135, it mainly comes down to that crankshaft. So it is a 4 5/8 flywheel compared to a 4 1/2-inch flywheel, which you have in your bike.
Right.
So that really takes the displacement and cranks it up. Same cylinders as our 131, and then the heads. The heads are going to be the CNC ported Gen 2 heads, as we call them. Camshaft is the same. It's our 517 camshaft. Key difference is we have a 68mm throttle body, so that's up from a 64. We also have a CNC ported intake manifold, where the old crate engine was just as cast, right? We see a lot of customers porting anything that they can. So this one is going to help with the intake flow, the velocity going into that motor.
Yeah, key takeaways, mentioning the crank, because we didn't touch on that last time around. So new crank.
Yes, brand new crank.
With the pistons, we were talking about the pin depth is different, but then you guys add a gas porting on the top of it as well. Yeah, so that allows you guys to get a little bit more displacement, right?
Yep.
Cool. So a little combination of a bunch of stuff there. Your thoughts on it? You've ridden it, right?
I have ridden it, yeah. So I took it from 5 miles, and it's got roughly 100 miles on it right now.
Nice.
It's a blast.
Yeah.
It's a blast. The power is there. It's for days. You can feel it compared to the 131. I don't know if you're going to be riding them back-to-back 131, 135, but the power's there. Awesome. You can feel it.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
All right, it feels like a Harley-Davidson. Obviously, we're not going to feel that extra displacement until we get into it a bit. Oh man, freaking Harley-Davidson Road Glide. I think I've been resisting getting one of these for a while, but the time is definitely coming up, I think soon, for me to get one of these, because we've been looking at doing a couple of good distance trips and whatnot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna start looking around for a Road Glide, which is an interesting announcement to make, I guess, while riding a 135. Maybe I'll get a Road Glide and we'll put a 135 in it. Look, it's so choppy. All right, so I guess I should go over the traditional test ride fashion, right? So left side, got a left trigger switch here, clutch obviously, traction control button, horn, high beam, low beam, and you've got left indicator, you've got like a little speech thing to activate like voice command, you've got a little joystick for toggling the, oh, not going right. Oh, there we go. All right, so that, from the factory, that's nuts. That is totally wild from the factory. Okay. Then you've got your cruise control left side. So in to turn on, press down. You've got like the indicator for it here. Center console, you've got fuel gauge in the upper left. You've got the infotainment in the center. On the right side, you've got your voltmeter for your battery. Left side, you've got your speedometer, miles per hour. And right side, you got your RPMs. The right side, you've got throttle, obviously, front brake. And then we've got on, off, start, right indicator, and another little menu switch. Yo, this cam starts to turn on 4,000 RPM-ish. You start to really feel it. We'll get it straight and I'll get a gap between Paul and I, and we'll get on a little bit more. Always amazes me how much protection you get from the Road Glide fairing. The thing is just so well done that it's just in like this perfect little bubble. Now, as you guys know, I've got the Low Rider ST fairing on my regular Low Rider, so I did retrofit it onto there. It does provide a good amount of wind protection, but man, just the wind protection here is great. I really need to ask them, actually, whenever we're off of this ride, I'll be sure to follow up and ask their plans for releasing the 135 in maybe a kit, because I know a lot of you guys would be interested in that, although the fact that you do have the crank, it would be easier to go the crate route, because it's literally just like a direct bolt-on drop-in. But if you were to do a kit, I know, like they said, it's a new crank, so you're talking like splitting cases. I think even with a kit and buy like the new crank, cylinders, pistons, rings, top end, heads, and then pay for the labor to get all that stuff installed, you'd probably be looking at about the same amount, maybe a little tiny bit cheaper, but like you're really not saving like a lot, because splitting the lower cases to change out the crank, that is a big job. That's not like some small little undertaking. All right, so what are we in third gear here? Feeling real good. It's a really nice route around the speedway and the airport here. I know what you really want to see during this test ride is like the pull, right? So like the 0 to whatever. Oh, I think we're gonna get a rolling pull on here. Yep, this thing's fast as f, boy. Hell yeah. So much responsiveness and pep to this thing. Yeah, it's wild just looking back and seeing Goldzilla back there. It's all right, baby. You're safe. I'm not trading you in. I've actually had a lot of people offer to buy that bike from me, but I can build it for you. She ain't for sale though, sorry guys. Oh, this freaking bike just feels great. I think I've like slowly worked my way up to Road Glide. All right, so let's do a third gear roll. We're at like 50 miles an hour, 3,000 RPM. So if I were to get on here, yeah, 3,500 it turns on right there. That's... And I really hope you guys can hear this too. Like, oh man, it sounds so good. All right, let's get some rev matching sounds on here. Open the visor a little bit so you guys can hear it a little better. It was not a good rev match, but I was trying to let you guys hear the sound of the bike a little more. Sounds great. Seriously, you can pull that thing up no problem. If I were to shift my weight back and not be having it forward like I do, wow. So that, to me, is crazy. The fact that you can get that power from the factory under warranty. And I think that's gonna be the big seller here, is the fact that you can get this power and it's all covered by warranty. So the cool thing about a larger engine like this with the displacement from the factory with the factory tune as well is that like lower RPMs, it feels really tame, it feels really manageable, really controllable. If you guys look at the Dyna graph, which they did provide to us, very clean lines, which those clean, smooth lines result in good rideability. Now, Harley-Davidson from the factory, even though it is Screaming Eagle as well, which is like considered their, you know, aftermarket performance stuff, they are unfortunately still limited by the EPA. So they do have to still make, you know, tunes within those guidelines. Oh man, this is at one point at which it really wants to go. Like 3,000 to 4,000 right in there, right in, like as you're leaving 3,000, it really just starts to feel it kick in. But yeah, Harley-Davidson is limited by EPA, so they do have to have cats. Cats are a little restrictive. There are companies right now, like Suzuki, working on technology to still have the cats, but to be less restrictive. It's what I'm actually running on my bike right now, Goldzilla. What do you think? Like it? So yeah, I'm running that on Goldzilla right now. It's a catted pipe. The cool thing is the cat's in the muffler area, and so you can see it glowing from the back. If you guys haven't seen that video yet, it's coming up. Like I said, a lot of the times I don't know what order these things come out in, because, you know, I just work here trying to deliver these to you guys in the order that you think would be the most valuable. So yeah, since Harley-Davidson, larger displacement but restricted by EPA a little bit, there is going to be more power in this engine. I can pretty much guarantee it. Same as the 131. Whenever the 131 came out, those dyno numbers were basically like with their tune and everything. And then once we basically did our tune through a Dynajet tuner, we opened it up a lot more. It was less restricted, and we got quite a bit more power. But once you do that, you do lose warranty. So that's something to consider. And that's why I said the big sell behind this is going to be the fact that like you get this amount of power with a warranty, which is super cool for those of you that want your warranty, that might be worried about something happening. I did get some comments about whenever we posted up the 135 video about the quality of it. Honestly, like I've got over 10,000 miles on my 131. You know, we've got the race cam on it, done a lot of stuff to it, and it's been just absolutely bulletproof. And we've talked to other companies that actually create engines in this industry, like performance engines. They have great things to say about it too. So, I mean, there might be a few little hiccups out there, like, you know, people having not the best experiences with them, but we beat the out of mine, and it performs great. I've got nothing but good things to say. Great experience. So I do want to say it's like a 2-year warranty that they're going to be honoring with this one, which I think is pretty traditional. I don't like, in just total transparency, Harley-Davidson might not even like me saying this, but this just goes to show you that that they really don't like have any control over what I say in my videos. They might not want me to mention the fact that I pretty much just throw the warranty. I mean, I own a motorcycle shop, and so we do all our own work, and we do a lot of work where we're really looking to push the limits of these motorcycles. And so a warranty for me isn't something that like I'm too worried about, but you know, before I owned a shop and all that stuff, a warranty was definitely something that I worried more about. And so I can totally understand like wanting to like, hey, I want more power, but I still want my warranty. And so that's where this comes in. So it's a great answer for those of you that are wanting, you know, larger displacement and to keep that warranty. Park it right back where I left it. Sheesh. Hell yeah, brother. All right, guys, there you guys have it. First thoughts, impressions on the Harley-Davidson 135 Screaming Eagle Stage 4. Great power numbers out of a engine that is offered under warranty from Harley-Davidson. Harley-Davidson's largest displacement engine, the largest engine that they've ever built, that they've ever offered. So, born out of racing. You guys got the specs there from new intake manifold, throttle body, injectors, heads, crank, pistons. Like, it's a whole rework, and it comes in like this nice bolt-on kit. So you basically order it and they will send you here to here, right? You can take your old one out, you put your new one in. It would be cool if they offered it from the factory, like you could order it with the 135, maybe absorb some of that previous cost, but I don't know what the strategy is there. But there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed this test ride. Big thanks to Harley-Davidson for allowing me to be able to check the bike out. To these guys for all the information. Greatly appreciate it. You guys be sure to go give them a follow at Harley-Davidson on all social media and all that stuff. And it is just so badass to see these bikes sitting beside each other. I freaking love it. First 135 and Goldzilla. Anyways, if you guys have any questions on this, post up down in the comments below. Let us know. I will answer to the best of my knowledge. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit the like button. Let's YouTube know, let's Harley-Davidson know that we're doing a good job. If you guys aren't subscribed, you want to see more motorcycle content like this, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon also so it sends you notifications of future uploads and activity. Until next time, ride safe, stay vigilant, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.